panel definitely more belief in what Shopify Rebellion is going to be able to do this time around, and they of course get that one of the heroes that we know, at least looking at from what Mikey's been playing recently, he's super solid on it. They get the Bat Rider, and what's sort of the overall look for a Bat Rider like this game? Because it was picked early, of course, as it needed to be, otherwise it would have got banned. Do you think there's potential for him to have a good game here?
Yeah, definitely potential. I think it's going to rely a little bit more, not just on himself, but more on Crit and what the rotations are going to look like. I think I want to see Crit make a lot more moves this game. Clockwork last game was a little bit hard for him because of the way that the lane setups were. He actually kind of had to sit around with his Primal Beast and stuff. I wanted him to play a little bit more of that tri-lane to shut down the Doom. Didn't end up happening. This game, I want to see him kind of like... It's tough to ditch a hero like Visage because you could just ruin the game, but I do want to see him play a little bit around the Bat Rider early because this matchup sometimes can go in the favor of the Storm, but I'm still happy that they did pick Mikey, his hero, very early. Because we saw last game, he was like full targeted. All those bans were forced onto him, so I'm going to be looking at Crit and Mikey in the early game. And I think it really is big for Shopify if they're going to be able to dictate pace of this game, as they do have a very early aggressive lineup this time around. It's not greedy, it's just all about early aggression.
Yeah, you like sort of the overall style, what getting in the lone druid here for Arteezy, the sort of timing that they should be able to play towards against the anti-mage that was revealed early by Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah, it's a greedy lineup for sure from Gaming Gladiators. Storm, Doom, AM all do take a little bit of time in order to get themselves rolling, so yeah, let's see what type of pace Shopify is able to set and how if Mikey's able to have a better game, which he definitely should compared to that Dawn last time. Dawn versus Pango, it's all about being ahead. The last game, he just got behind and wasn't able to really have much impact whatsoever. And we've seen a lot of this, at least for me in China, not a lot, but a couple games, the Lone Druid versus Doom, where he actually applies a lot of pressure to the Doom's lane. So we'll see how all those end up going down.
Would you imagine another good game for basically the same build that Ace did last time around? Do you want to see him go for that sort of Vanguard Greaves once again for the team?
Honestly, yeah. With the way that Ace plays, I just prefer it for him. He can be a bit of a greedy player sometimes with his Nature's Prophet, but he is so good at playing with his team, so I think I'd like that. Fly already using, I believe, 4 decays very early on to put this Doom at a low HP threshold early on to give Arteezy a nice start. So they're going to just start pulling waves as we've come to expect. Top Dirache was forced to skill Blink because of that whole level 1 stuff, so will be a little bit more difficult for him, but he's got a lot of stick charges to work on.
We'll have a hefty bit of burst damage here between the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Saberlight and Crit. So, it's got to be careful. Those early levels as Dirache.
Lanes in early game look so much better for Shopify to actually do stuff on the map to apply pressure to this bit of a greedy lineup from the Shadow of Game. And sure. I mean, I'm looking at mid mostly because I want to see how much Mikey's able to bully. We've seen Storms come out ahead in this matchup at times, but this is his specialty.
Because what do you find that you see more? Do you indeed see Storms doing totally fine, being able to outplay the Bat? The Bat's never actually able to get aggressive on them without kind of tripping up. Like Storm most of the time is able to cover themselves.
Yeah, because it's just if you overcommit, if you make like one mistake, you just get pulled under tower. Yep. And the thing is, you have to you get to skip your bottle on the Storm relatively early. Maybe he'll get it afterwards, but you get to go maybe this Falcon Blade build that we've seen, your boots, your stick, and you're able to play pretty aggressively as top Saberlight.
As Saberlight trying to stand his ground a bit, but does not work out.
Well, that's something you can't really have happen up here versus the anti-mage. Can't give up these early kills, because I think like the panel was saying, like Jenkins was talking about, the early Vanguard would put Dirache in a position where he's able to just stay up here and free farm. Definitely not the start that Shopify would like to have.
Yeah, we'll see what Dirache does with his build, whether it's going to be Vanguard Radiance. I imagine it's just going to be the Vanguard disassembling into Battle Fury, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think there's no reason really to try something different, but we'll see.
We'll see depending on how those side lanes go. If he ends up being like, you know what, I can go the greediest play ever because my other lanes are just owning. As looking at mid right now, Quinn has a 2 advantage denies here, and he actually doesn't even get pull at level 3. He just goes for the remnants to push the lane in versus Mikey. Maybe at 4 he'll get pull, but okay, he is just gonna go bottle. Okay, he's switching it up. I've seen so many. It's all player dependent, but because I've seen like Falcon Blade Storms rushed, Treads rushed before that bottle and stuff like that versus the Bat specifically, because you want to have that stat advantage. He's got Treads right now, Cube, but we'll see what Quinn looks to do with that.
And how does sort of the game outside of the lane look for a Storm Spirit?
He just has to watch out for the Earth Spirit early on, really, in particular. Besides that, honestly, it's pretty good. Earth Spirits can struggle quite a lot in the overall meta at the moment, so... Mid, let's see. Mikey was trying to go aggressive onto Quinn, but can't quite bonk him back enough with the Flame Break.
almighty money.
And Ace, he knows what he's doing with this lane. He is struggling, though. Of course, we see those 8 last hits. It's a very good lane to set up versus the Doom with an Undying plus a Lone Druid. Can't really contest the Lone at all. Because that Undying's there, of course.
I mean, what can you do? Just trying to sort of manipulate the creep wave. Is that also kind of impossible against sort of Fly being able to hold the position as the Undying?
It's not totally impossible, but it takes a little bit of time to be able to do so. Tofu's going to be able to get the next wave, but Arteezy, he's looking to catch the waves constantly as...
Fly's going to be able to make the meet.
We're going to have a bit of a double wave here from Dire pushing in, so it's going to put a hard position for Gaming Gladiators to get that next pull off.
Sure, well, from what you're seeing down here, it's all good news for Shopify.
Yes, absolutely.
Making it very difficult for Tofu and Ace to play the lane as they want to.
Dyrachyo, though, already set up for success to have literal free farm top, so they're not going to be able to apply pressure to this anti-mage by any means up here. It's going to have that Vanguard at a very early timing. Crit. Can't quite connect. I think he was trying to do the kickback onto Celery, but just missed the opportunity for it there to maybe set up for a kill. Tons of denies on Arteezy. 10 at the moment.
I mean, you're very much having no game at all right now down here, Ace. Which, definitely could hurt him when it comes to the build, right? Suddenly this Vanguard into mech as he got last time at a good timing. If that comes a few minutes later, it's not going to quite have the kind of the wow factors it did in game 1 when he got those quick timings.
Fly's doing an excellent job this game of securing the lane.
Oh, mid.
Quinn.
Mikey did try and get it onto Quinn, but didn't have enough. Celery's in with the TP. Has he got anything else to throw out? He has, so Mikey will live. It's close. Mikey will manage to get away. Bottom lane. This time around, Fly may be in trouble. Arteezy's going to be able to head over and look to help out as he turns towards Tofu, but Fly will get taken down. So finally, Gaming Gladiators is able to do something about this Undying, which has been quite a nuisance for them.
Big pickup there for Tofu. Ace, I mean, he ran him down with, I think it was the entire Scorched Earth hit him. If you look at the damage done, he did 700 damage onto that Undying. So he tanked pretty much every single tick of it. Yeah. Got right-clicked the whole time during it, too, so.
Good stuff for Mikey, though, in the mid lane that he doesn't go down there, right?
Yes.
That's, it got as close as it was, but able to live. Resets back to base. TP straight back out to the lane.
The rune, though. Who's going to be getting it? Is it going to be Mikey?
They're going to set up onto him. It's going to be down bottom, but Mikey's got the backup of Crit. So
Tofu's coming, though.
Aren't able to fully commit here. Mikey turns attention over towards Celery. He's in on top of him with the flame break. Celery ticks down low, but Tofu, indeed, with the grab, able to offer that extra bit of power that Quinn needs to allow him to take down Mikey. So both teams bringing the numbers in around that mid lane, but Gaming Gladiators is able to come out on top.
That's a pretty big deal, though. And I think Quinn now, he's going to bring the bottle, but let's see. Crit, he gets the connection. All
right, well, there you go. Crit, you said he needed to do big things this game, getting it under the tower and taking out Quinn like that. That's, certainly Crit on the right trajectory here. Top lane, Saberlight will get dragged back, and it's going to be more money here for the anti-maze. Dyrachyo takes him down with the help of Celery.
That's problematic, though, because that's the problem with the way that top lane started. It's like Crit, yeah, he wants to make moves, but now your Visage is already, or sorry, your Visage, I have to say it the right way, is already a bit shut down, so whenever he makes...
You said it right.
I did say it right. Okay, well, some people say it the other way, whatever.
The word is Visage, but his name is Visage.
Fine.
Actually, well, now I'm doubting myself now.
Yeah, see,
I'm pretty sure it's Visage. Because he goes like Visage.
Someone corrected me last time, so...
The word is Visage, but it's the name, and it's Visage. He says Visage.
Either way, though, he's going to struggle up here for sure. Dyrachyo Vanguard's done. He's got the treads queued up next, so maybe there's going to be some earlier type of build. And let's see where Crit looks to go with his next move. He's got a point in silence, so does have opportunities if he wants to play around mid. But a big deal. Gaming Gladiators, they're the ones who are a bit of a, we were mentioning a little bit of a greedier draft. They're getting away with it. The anti-mage is getting free farm. Storm's having a really successful start, too.
Yeah, this Storm's going to be a problem. You can tell already. Yeah. Quinn having a good start, and he was having quite the game one on his Pango.
And they're gonna set him up for success too. Quinn now.
Oh, we've got Crit.
Connects.
Get the knock back here with the kick, but not quite enough to do enough to bring Ace down. Tofu also around.
Oh, and Quinn gets a regen rune. He just bought the bottle before.
All right.
Now he can get the ball rolling.
Time for some easy money if he wants to.
And Saberlight,
he's not easy action. He's going to try and make this aggressive play on a Saberlight. He's in on top of him, and he's able to take him down underneath the tower. Saberlight having a bit of a tough time really finding the places to be. He's 0-3 right now.
It's not an easy game for this Visage to recover either by any means. Sure, he's got the Lone Druid who's having a good game and all that, but Visage with a tough start just becomes free food for a hero like Storm Spirit.
And sort of how important overall for their strat was it that the Visage has a good start?
It's definitely very important. Getting the boots of the bearing to be able to enable the lone druid to be able to have that good game, I think is quite important. At 5-1 already with the greed draft. This is looking very good for Gaming Gladiators already. And yeah, Quinn, regen rune. He's going to be able to finish up that Falcon Blade, continue to farm, and even potentially set up on side lanes. The thing is that this all kind of snowballs very quickly because Saberlight, he can't play top, so now the Batrider can't play mid because he has to give Saberlight a lane, so things are just already kind of falling apart a bit here.
So Mike is what, sort of hitting the jungle?
He has to, because he has to give a lane to Saberlight.
He's got to get these bots. It's about 400 gold off the boots of travel right now.
A big portion of the game is now going to be up to Arteezy and up to those boots of travels on the bat if he's into like TP on the bear, get some type of catch, but definitely not the easiest thing by any means now. As yeah, Quinn, he sees a target top.
I'm going to drag back on crit once again. Celery with the control.
Yeah, Quinn already having an amazing game. 3-1. He of course finds a fairy trinket, of course, for the Storm too. Level 9.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So it'll be a very tough recovery for Shopify.
We'll see what Arteezy can do this game on his lone druid. A hero that you feel that is there more chance for him to have some sort of early impact to help the team recover as opposed to when he was on the Terrorblade last game?
Definitely more so, but the Storm having such a good game is problematic because then Quinn can just gank this lone druid at all times. As Mikey again getting set up on.
Yeah, they're going to zip in aggressively. Quinn, he's got enough mana to play with here as they take down Mikey. They'll be able to take down Fly as well potentially. The stick charge is actually buying some chance, but the static storm's down. Tofu, he'll be the one claiming the kills. He gets the double.
That's a lot of zombies.
We'll see if they can turn things around. They've already taken down, well, the two of them. In fact, Quinn's a bit low on mana. They catch him with the fear. And indeed, Shopify Rebellion, they turn this one around big time. They'll be able to get the three of them.
Tombstone. I want to see how much damage that ended up doing. Fly had what, 5 zombies on everyone.
Now with Arteezy moving over as well, they'll be able to put the pressure onto this tier 1 mid. This is exactly what Shopify Rebellion needed.
A beautiful comeback. The supports on the side of Gaming Gladiators super over level too, so a ton of XP going their way. And now Mikey, his first rotation.
Yeah, straight back out on the map. They go down bottom. Shopify Rebellion, they're striking back and they're closing that little bit of a lead the Gaming Gladiators had going.
Nicely done. And yeah, tower mid drops because of that rotation from Arteezy.
Yeah, check this out again.
This Tombstone. There's so many zombies. Poor Celery's trying, but he's getting zombied and birds on him. And yeah, the levels, that's the big thing too. Both support 6 and a level 9 Storm.
Going.
And another one.
Oh! All right, Arteezy with the pause.
Got him.
He's out of it.
Big recovery. They needed that. Duracho's still going to be getting this free farm, and he has queued up the Radiance, by the way. So
all right, that's
feeling like it has merit versus the Bear and versus the Visage Familiars and stuff. It's going to take some time, but I guess like even with all these kills and stuff happening, that he probably feels like the other lanes are going quite well. But yeah, Shopify have definitely fixed the problem that was going on in that early game. Big levels injected for the supports.
Well, overall, for the anti-mages right now, that's the big kind of determining factor, whether you want to go this Vanguard Radiance rather than the Battle Fury build. It's just how kind of safe you feel the game is overall.
Safe for the game, but also, I mean, versus summons, it tends to be pretty nice. So versus Lone Druid, sure, Lone Druid can build MKB, but the familiars will always have, you know, a bit of a problem. And it's good to burn down the Gravekeeper's Cloak overall versus a Visage too, so I can see why he's going for it. Long zip.
Hey, he's going to go for a huge zip over towards Mikey. Now, we'll get him. See if they can go for crit as well. Not enough mana on Quinn to keep
Celery,
this one.
He might be able to get the glimpse though if they get vision.
True, if they can get some sort of setup.
Crit.
Oh, he's stepping back over in range of Celery.
Oh, he should
not going to quite be able to get the right timing there on the glimpse though. So the crit's fine.
And Saberlight recovering. I believe that is his drums now finished. So he's actually, all things considered, 0-3. He's having the same game as Ace, who's been incredibly slowed down bottom. And Ace, because his game is so slowed down, looks like he is perhaps going to go for that Midas build to recover stuff. I mean, their game is about hitting that late game, of course, on the side of Gaming Gladiator. So can understand if he wants to go down that route. Ace.
I'm going to try and go for him here. Getting on top of him with the Firefly and Ace. He's run out of options.
Doesn't even want to use the lasso there. Mikey hanging on to it in case he sees a moment for the Storm.
And top lane, of course, Arteezy's moved up to this half of the map, and he's really starts putting some pressure in here and make sure that Duracho doesn't feel too safe hitting the creeps in this in this top lane for now.
I like that Arteezy's joining in a bit more aggressive this time around. Of course, with Terrorblade, it's a lot harder, but now they're putting pressure on multiple different towers here with their moves. So it's pulling Gladiators all over the place.
Saberlight is able to focus on this bottom tier 1 tower. Unlikely we'll see Gaming Gladiators do anything about this going down. Yeah, Shopify Rebellion, they're absolutely giving this this game to a great attempt so far. 7-9, they're now starting to get the gold lead themselves. Absolutely in with a chance. A much better opening compared to what they had to kind of suffer through in game 1.
I mean, they've really shut down Ace this game. Just the constant TP rotations there from Mikey in these first 13 minutes also. Yeah, his Midas is... I mean, he almost has the gold for it, but his Courier's dead for a minute. They actually sniped it right after getting that tower.
We see here the comparison between both offlaners and indeed the fact that Saberlight's kind of coming out top. And was able to keep it this close throughout it all. Very impressive considering he did have pretty much 3 early deaths this game where he's getting caught out. But it has not affected Saberlight's game enough to sort of shake him off it. He's still hitting the timings, and arguably he's going to be able to do more at this point of the game than Ace is on his Doom.
Oh, Duracho, they're setting up for him.
Crypt not quite able to get the opening, but they still land the silence into the familiar stance. Roll forward from Crit. Fear as well from Arteezy. Needs a root, really. Won't get it. So Duracho will manage to blink away. Just a little bit too tough to take down with that Vanguard.
He even tried to do the double fear thing with the Savage.
Duracho?
Whoa, he blinked in.
He went back in.
What
what? I mean, what was that? He just jumped into them. He's dead. Quinn gets caught by the root. See if he's able to zip out. He was just mini zip again. Quinn, he's also panicking. I mean, the Shopify Rebellion, they're just going to run down Gaming Gladiators here. Celery gets taken out. Quinn's getting chased by the zombies. He'll take... Well, he's going to get the last one as well. He's only got a little bit of mana left. We'll be able to dodge the Soul Assumption, but now he's completely out. What on earth was that from Gaming Gladiators? I mean, Shopify Rebellion, they're going to be over the moon with those sort of plays handed to them.
Duracho? He blinked in.
All right, well, Shopify Rebellion, they're in a great spot now. They'll be able to take this tier 1 tower top. Arteezy's having the time of his life. Desolator's nearly done.
That was very weird there from Duracho. I guess someone was calling jump in to start the fight.
But that's the thing, right? They had the numbers. He obviously felt that they were good to go. And to be fair to him in that last situation, it did take a long time for him to die. So maybe because of how long it took them to kill him before with his Vanguard, he felt stronger than he was. He did have the full gang behind him, but going in like this is jumping up on top of the bed. It's always going to be a risky move.
Especially, I mean, there's everybody there, really, from the side of Shopify. So it is a 5v5, but yeah, that was just a bit of a weird one there. Shopify will be very happy being handed those kills. Mikey is making some big plays here happen.
Yeah, he is. Mikey's having a great time this game. Round 4-3-2, picking up the kills.
And he's doing his build that I've seen him do in these pubs, the Witchblade build. Yep. I've seen him even go Dragonlance a couple times in his pubs too with the Shard. He really likes to play around this style of just scaling as a Bat Rider, which is very different from most Bats. We usually tend to see just straight BKB. So we'll see if he ends up having that successful game from it too. Those are some big kills. And yeah, the towers are done. I think that is the Deso now finished, if I'm not mistaken, for Arteezy. So super high physical damage.
They're going to keep it going here. Shopify Rebellion catching out Celery in the mid.
Big moves. Keep it rolling.
Won't quite be able to get the angle on Tofu.
Now is with position where it's like, okay, Duracho, he's still got the Radiance queued up, but they also have a Midas on Doom, so now that greed of the lineup is really starting to come out, and Shopify's kicking the pace up.
Straight to the Roshan.
It's going down.
In Gaming Gladiators, they've really got to hope that they can kind of stall this game for a bit. They're playing for the later portions. Back in the mid, it's going to be another catch on a support here. Tofu shows himself. Mikey now on the killing spree. And this Roshan. I see if Quinn wants to go for a steal. He's around, but no, he's not going to try for it. It's the hands of Arteezy.
They're even setting up bottom. Look at Crit and Mikey just paired up the whole entire time.
They've got the lasso. They've got a good amount of lockdown. Not quite enough.
Crit. Ooh.
Completely off the mark there from Crit. So Duracho blinks back up.
Witchblade.
The damage is done. Mikey, indeed. It was enough to tick him down after the blink. Another big kill. Another big kill. Shopify Rebellion, they are looking hot here in this game too.
I mean, we did say it was a lot up to Crit's movements this game, and he definitely is having it happen. 1, 2, and 11. He's part of 12 of the 13 kills so far with this Earth Spirit. Some beautiful stuff. Him and Mikey just tag teaming across the map, and Mikey continuing the aggressive build. He had BKB queued. He's like, nah, screw that. He's going for the blink, and he wants to keep looking for this anti-mage. Loving the way these two are pairing together, actually.
Yeah, they're really doing their best here to make sure that Dyrachyo just does not have an easy time.
Nope.
Kind of finding the places to go. He's close to the Relic Gold.
Yeah, look at this heat map from Crit. He's been absolutely everywhere for this team so far. Very good item timings, too. He's got Arcane Boots. His Glimmer's going to be done very early on, too. Beautiful to see Mikey going toward the mid lane. See if he ends up finding a rune too. They're just, again, grouping up. Shopify this time around, the ones who are dictating the pace. How's Quinn's BKB looking? It's still a bit delayed. Ace, as we said, has gone greed. He's got mech, but still doesn't feel like they can fight versus this overwhelming pressure. Next tower, I mean, with an Aegis, might just go for this.
What's the plan here for Gaming Gladiators?
Crit's just in.
He's in. He's able to get the kickback straight away there on top of Tofu. We'll see them turn towards Crit in return. He'll put the Shadow Amulet, but he'll still tick down to the Scorched Earth. The 1-for-1 here. Gaming Gladiators still having to be the ones to back away from this tier 2. They cannot stop this push.
It's just, there's too many things on the ground, too. The zombies, the birds, Crit rolling around. This bear as well, too, is massive. They did kill Arteezy's Courier, which had the shard plus a Brigand's Blade on it, which is a bit unfortunate for him, but Mikey's in.
Quinn steps outside of the base. Mikey's in a straightaway with the lasso. He weren't ready for that one, Quinn. I guess just sort of expected them to have backed off, but they were still hiding in the trees and ready to jump.
I continue to love the aggression from Mikey this game. Fly. Playing a bit aggressive this time around, perhaps. Under a ward, he's going to go down. But Dyrachyo, they're going to find him again.
They've got the fear. If they get the root, which they do, Dyrachyo's gone. Arteezy, mega kill streak for him. And yeah, Dyrachyo just really having a tough game this time. Shopify Rebellion, they're shutting this anti-mage down.
They're going, I mean, it's very greedy when you go for this Radiance plus Midas on your Doom. And Crit, another one. Ah, yeah, Crit. Crit is, he is really killing it this time around. His Earth Spirit, something they pull out from time and time. And this time it's looking really good. Ace Greaves are done, but continue to play pressure. Shopify boots the bearing done. Saberlight level 12. Probably set up for top tower now. Long zip. Gets his stun off, though. Gravekeeper's shard.
I mean, the Gaming Gladiators have got to really consider if they want to hang around this area. They have to start backing off.
Quinn had to use too much mana.
Very difficult for them to kind of go into the fight against Shopify Rebellion around this area.
And Mikey buys the shard, so continues to go for this super aggressive play.
Crit. He gets him with the silence.
Fear.
Fear as well. Static Storm will have to be thrown down here by Celery to try and stop Shopify Rebellion pushing in for more.
Quinn can't jump in. They're still quite far away from his BKB, and Shopify looks like they might start poking that high ground here. Swinging across the map instead. Looking for this anti-mage, looking for Dyrachyo, who still doesn't even have his Radiance. It's 21 minutes almost. He has been so slowed down. He only has 120 last hits on this AM in 20 minutes.
That's been a tough game for him.
Yep.
It really has.
After having, what, a successful first 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Just Shopify kicked up that pace, kicked up the rotations, all on the back of Crit and Mikey.
Yeah, we see sort of the slowdown there for Dyrachyo sort of kicking in around that 15-minute mark where Shopify just started to explode here in aggression.
And I'm really loving that he goes his own style, Mikey. This build, like the Shard, the Blink, the Witchblade, he's just playing all over the place, and it's an overwhelming amount of damage.
Let's see what they can do here. They want to try and smoke out, and they want to try and fight here with Dyrachyo as he's picked up the Radiance.
Okay. Walking right into the high ground.
They've got the high ground here, Shopify. As the Fear is going to catch on to the Doom, they're going to try and focus Ace first, see if they can take down this Doom quickly. Dyrachyo having to keep his distance from the Bear. The Bear will get taken out. Doom's going to be dropped down onto Saberlight, and they'll roll over, take down Celery. Mikey still surviving as well through this. They're able to keep him protected with the Glimmer Cape. Crit will roll in and will die for this.
They're buying back.
But Arteezy is getting a little bit of a cleanup, and he's going to be able to get the root and the Fear onto Dyrachyo. He's now looking over towards the Anti-Mage. At the same time, underneath the Tier 2 tower, Saberlight is bullying back Ace, and he's bullying back Celery. The glimpse will be there onto Mikey as Mikey finally goes down. But Dyrachyo, he's having to escape this. He's having to run. Does he want to go back in?
He's thinking about it.
He was thinking about jumping back in on this.
That is the resummoned Bear. Arteezy, he's sending it back to base to heal to be able to join back in.
There's still good numbers here from Shopify on the high ground. We'll see what Dyrachyo wants to do here.
They don't have the disables. Crit and Mikey are both dead, and they're the playmakers, so Shopify being a bit reluctant to go back in here. 4 seconds till Crit does respawn. Quinn is back.
We saw last time, even with sort of the Doom, it's difficult to take down Stable. They're going to try again. Quinn going straight in for him. We'll see if there's any backup from him. No, they'll let him go here by the looks of it. Shopify Rebellion not having any interest in trying to take the fight this time round. Sableye taken out. So a bit of a punch back here from Gaming Gladiators.
Pretty big kills, to be honest with you. They timed it so it was when the Aegis was ticking out as they were walking up, and they kind of distanced themselves, and they prioritized the right things this time. Dyrachyo, he's able to blink in, kill off the Tombstone. Even though it's that high ground advantage for Shopify, they get some pretty big comeback kills. That Dyrachyo now is set up for a much better game. Quinn has a BKB also finished, and they're trying to get the ball rolling with this. Since there's no lasso right now for Mikey, he's also it's a very aggressive build. So if they find this Bat Rider also, he can just get brought down from Quinn.
There you go, Quinn. Straight in onto Mikey.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Gaming Gladiators finding the opportunities to try and regain control in this game.
And Ace, he's also now fully recovered off of that fight too. Greaves are done, as we mentioned from before, and he's almost got Crimson Guard. So versus this Tombstone, versus these Visage Familiars and stuff like that, have been so pesky, starting to get their answers.
Towards the bear. Quinn, he wants to go for it. Won't want to go too far though. And Chris able to hit the two of them with the silence and actually kicks the bear back in, so the bear immediately closes it onto both Quinn and Dyrachyo. The takeout Celery trying to stand his ground in Dyrachyo, but he has to blink away from the bear.
Arteezy though, he's in trouble.
He's been doomed. Ace in on top of the Lone Druid, and now they can just go for more. Look for the cleanup. They'll turn towards Fly. Fly goes down. Sableye on the retreat, but there's still mana to play with here for Quinn as he zips up, catches out Sableye. He's almost certainly going to be going down as well, as Gaming Gladiators finding these opportunities to battle, and they're getting away now with the aggression that Dyrachyo wants to be able to jump in with. They can keep him covered. It was a good attempt there from Shopify to try and turn things around. Crit, kicking the bear in, allowing the bear to kind of start off punching into the anti-mage. But Gaming Gladiators, they can survive through it now. And
the itemization, it's the same thing they did last time. Sure, you see Shopify, they had these auras, a little bit of an advantage for a moment there, but now everything's kicking in on the side of Gaming Gladiators. The pipe on the Rubik, I mean, they tend to do this a lot on their supports. Makes a huge difference. This Storm pops BKB, even though he's inside of all this damage. Dyrachyo stands his ground, and they focus fire the right targets. The Tombstone drops very quickly. They hit the bear, and as soon as that first bear's dying, Ace is like, oh, I can actually just doom Arteezy. Yep. Mikey's still dead. They take an amazing fight, and now they are 4K ahead after some moments there. Taking the right fights. Ever so important. And now at Dyrachyo, set up for success. Manta's soon going to be finished, and Quinn also in a very good position.
Yeah, they're catching right back up now. Shopify Rebellion, they want to hit back themselves with a smoke movement. Arteezy working in on the top lane. Trying to see if they can use them for a bit of a bait here and catch out Gaming Gladiators in the jungle. As it is, Gaming Gladiators themselves hovering around the mid lane, trying to use Quinn as a bit of bait. So both teams avoiding one another.
Now Mikey has to be a bit more careful too, because since he did go the full aggression build, which I did like it anyway, he doesn't have BKB. So now he does feel like he needs it to be able to join into this next fight, to be able to protect his Lone Druid, as we've seen. If Crit is dead, if Mikey's dead, there's no control for this AM in the Storm.
How close is Arteezy? He's got his next item done, so the full AC is there now for Arteezy.
He still is super buff. Or Roshan also, it does respawn, so they might just be able to sneak this one, but Gaming, they have to know this is happening soon. But will they be able to make it in time? I don't think so. It's gone.
So quick here with the Desto and the AC. Roshan gone. Aegis for Arteezy.
Who to give the shard to? I guess Crit? Yep. Crit's the only one really left that wants it. Don't want it on the Undying. The other three heroes have bought it. Back to business.
I mean, can Shopify Rebellion kind of get away with just trying to force the high ground now, see what happens?
I honestly think they kind of have to. I think this is a game where you do not want it to get stalled out versus this AM, Storm, and Doom. Otherwise, the game is just going to get really difficult, so you got to have these next successful pushes
going. Take the pace pretty quick here. Look at it go. Look at it go. I mean,
it's dead.
It really is.
Here comes the wraparound.
And they've got the fortification, and indeed, Gaming Gladiators, they want to fight. They'll drop the Doom straight away down onto Sableye. They're focusing the Visage. Quinn, he'll be able to come in with a BKB drag back fly.
Mikey.
Stop to this push. They'll turn towards the bat with the mana void and the last right click there. Quinn, they'll take him down. 3 heroes down on Shopify Rebellion. It's soon going to be more. The Static Storm catches Crit. Crit also taken down, and the escape from Arteezy put to an end by the Glimpse. It's going to be a team wipe. That's the Aegis gone, but they'll certainly be able to set up around him and look to take him down a second time here, Arteezy, as they'll pull together the defense. Damage was done, racks were taken, but it literally cost them everything here, Shopify.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's, honestly, it's like the right move for Shopify to do to force the base, but it's great preparation coming out from Gaming to get that wraparound on top of them perfectly. And Quinn, I believe he had a regen rune running the entire time. So back up to full mana. So when everybody else respawns, he also is going to have an arcane rune top. He's going to be able to continue his aggression. And yeah, Mikey, I mean, again, they get on top of him. He still doesn't have BKB, so he can't protect himself.
He's close, but close ain't going to cut it.
No.
He needs that.
Yeah, it's such a tough call to make, right, for Shopify. Like, you feel like you have to go for this base push, but Gaming, they were just ready. The beautiful wraparound, picking the targets perfectly again. The Doom onto this Visage, then Saberlight does nothing in the fight.
Yep, Quinn goes straight for the squishy supports during his BKB, gets the guaranteed kills quickly.
I mean, it's every single time it feels like they're just taking out
And now they go for more. They're going to get the jump on a Saberlight. Saberlight able to step away from them for now. Backup for Shopify will be coming in, but not soon enough to be able to save Fly. Fly taken out. Dyrachyo takes out another.
Shopify needs to regroup, reassess themselves as a 5-man unit, but even then, taking a head-on team fight feels pretty much impossible. So now for these next few moments, what are they going to look to do on the map as everything is starting to close in on them? Even though they have a Rax, it doesn't really feel like it's going to do too much. Gaming can deal with a Rax disadvantage here. Mikey now has BKB. But is it going to have come too late?
I mean, for Mikey, who's he looking to get in with the BKB? Who do you want to see this bat just BKBing and going for with the lasso?
It's difficult, really, because he probably wants to go for this AM, but Quinn's out of control, so it might just be the Storm. Not easy. It's really not easy for them at this point. Let's see what they do. They have to play as a 5-man unit, though. They cannot lose the next team fight.
Ideal situation for Shopify would indeed be a team fight and another quick attempt to the high ground push.
They get the scan successful, but it's actually just onto an illusion here. Dyrachyo.
Gonna go for Quinn in the mid lane, and they've got him.
Okay, there we go.
Very nicely done there. I think Quinn started to try and go in with the Vortex himself. Tofu, he'll make it out with a TP in time, but that is Quinn gone for a full minute.
Go push, honestly, immediately again.
You got to take any of these windows right now, right? It's Shopify. Get to the base. Already, we see Dyrachyo's going to be cutting creeps. Do they have any creep waves with them in the mid? They don't.
They could have a buyback, though. Dyrachyo, if he sees these 2 bounty runes, he could set up for Quinn to have buy, and there it is. So
They've got to kill these illusions to at least get the creeps going, but indeed, as you say, yeah. So buyback is back on the menu for Quinn if they do manage to force this down mid, Shopify.
These are such tense moments, really, for Shopify. Everything has to go perfectly.
All in.
You have to go all in. They push unbelievably fast.
They do.
They also have the Visage level 15 talent, so...
You've got to at least get this buyback forced out from the Storm.
20 seconds.
Now, if you're Quinn, are you buying back or do you let this go?
I don't think you want to. Dyrachyo is slowing it down with his Radiance plus his Ags. They're actually just going to mana void the bear.
Put an end to the first bear, but the second one's in now.
Quinn's respawning.
So if they can get the bear back on the racks in time, they can't. They're having to bail here, Shopify. So they'll get the tower, but they won't quite get the barracks.
Mikey used his BKB a bit early there. Are they going to get a catch also? Arteezy? They get the glimpse?
Yeah, they got the vision. They'll get the glimpse back. And indeed, Arteezy will be left behind.
And now back the other way. They might even get some familiars here. Arteezy gets caught and he spends his gold. So it's 60 seconds without the Lone Druid.
Dyrachyo now top of the net worth. Had some shaky moments earlier, but now, fully online. Radiance, Aghanims, and he's going to be looking towards getting an AC himself, actually, for the team as his next item.
And he's really pesky, honestly, with this Aghanim. He just blinks them in onto everybody, and then they're all just getting Radiance burn, so they all have to deal with it. And they really are This is like 3 or 4 fights in a row that I'm seeing them they hit the bear. They're like, screw the Spirit Bear, just focus it with all their magic damage, and it's still working in successful fights for them. Lincoln's now finished for Quinn. Another regen rune for him, and Crit actually shows himself bottom, but will TP out in time.
He knows not to stick around too long. Things definitely getting a bit shaky now for Shopify as the minutes pass.
This could be a weird game, though, where they can actually like set up for multiple Raxes, while gaming is going to be like winning pretty much all the actual straight-on team fights, but you could see some weird rat plays perhaps happening from Shopify.
I mean, how easy is it to rat against Gaming Gladiators heroes?
The thing is, they have a Storm, right? So it could be a little bit difficult if Quinn is on top of things. But there is definitely potential.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It's a pretty wild game. They got to always deal with this top push, too, since that early Rax was taken. So someone is going to have to address it. And they do not, I don't believe that anyone has boots of travel on their team either, so.
Is it very easy, would you say, for Gaming Gladiators, you know, if they win a team fight and they kind of get their own push going up towards the base of Shopify, do you sort of imagine Anti-Mage and Storm being able to kind of freely jump in and start the fights, or can Shopify punish that?
I mean, overall, I think that they're going to win most of the straight-on team fights. Unless there's a big mistake that happens from gaming, they should just win all those like 5v5 engagements. So it does feel like they should be able to do that and jump forward. As now Ace, this kind of makes it a lot easier for them to jump into. He's got a BKB now.
Sure.
So he can be the one to like lead, and then they can have the follow-up from the AM and Storm to give them some liberty.
We'll go with a level 20 hit from Mikey on the bat. Big step up in the damage output, right?
Yep. But just difficult because since he did go for the like right-clicky aggressive build, I'm not seeing a great way for him to break the Lincolns. They have to actually like use one of the Visage spells or like a Soul Rip to break the Lincolns onto Quinn and then set up with him onto a lasso. He doesn't actually have like a Force Staff or something like that to do it. Roche soon gonna be up. 30 seconds and we'll find out.
No, it's easy. What does he need most next? Is it indeed this Nullify, you'd imagine? He's got queued up. You know, at the moment got that, or considering even getting a late Radiance.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know if itemization. It's just all about them pushing. And they can push super fast, so.
They can.
Gaming just has to be ready for those push, and I mean, right now it looks like they might be able to get this wraparound again. Shopify.
Last time it was pretty effective, able to wipe out the entire team of Shopify.
They're backing up. They know that this might be coming here. Fly. He's gonna walk right into them.
They're gonna try and fight with this. Mikey's in with the BKB, but take one now. They've got Ace. Can they do anything about Quinn? Quinn's still pretty happy with full HP, full mana. He's just gonna be able to turn towards Mikey. Dyrachyo does get caught at the front. See if they could do anything more with this now that the Anti-Mage has been taken out. They look towards Quinn, but Quinn able to dispel the silence. Zips away here. That illusion rune saving Quinn's life.
No buyback also.
3 kills here though, and not bad at all. Here for Shopify. I mean, always, of course, the risk as this Anti-Mage, against like the lone jump with the items he has. You jump in and the backup's not able to get to you. You'll still die pretty quickly.
Quinn? Oh my god, that was so close. They even, so what happened, the lasso gets blocked instantly, if I'm not mistaken, by that Lincolns, but Dyrachyo, he gets left alone. He jumps in versus 3-4 heroes, and he just gets completely controlled from
And Roshan's back
up. And Roche comes back. Uh-oh.
They can get this Roche.
Oh, this is...
What have we got on the Roche this time around? This is the third Roche. It is going to be the Aghanims. Who's taking the Aghanims? Anything big here?
I mean, the rat potential, right? The lone druid, if they really want to go for something
do you want to
crazy.
go for the rat, or do you want to get the Aghs on the back?
I would say just give it Artur. Like, he's the one doing everything really for the team now after that early game from Crit and from Mikey. Yeah, he takes it. So,
let's see what they can do. Obviously, with the call to go for the Roshan does mean by the time they get back up to the base, Gaming Gladiators will be, they'll all be back up. But at the same time, I guess, Dyrachyo's only 200 gold short buyback, so highly likely he's able to get his buyback online for the next fight.
He might, it's tough, never mind. I was like, he might want to like move in the plate mail, but he's just waiting for his AC to be finished up. He's about to have it on the Anti-Mage. He really needs that.
Well, I mean, you're buying AC over buyback here? What are you doing?
Yeah,
I feel like buyback is...
He might have to, honestly. He is.
Okay. I mean, it's indeed an interesting call. And as you said, probably the right one, but definitely not one without risk.
He might have to, so it's probably like, I'm going to tell Ace and Quinn, you guys say buyback.
Sure.
I need to be tankier to be able to jump in onto this bear who now has Aegis. This game is neck and neck right now. Aghanim's also, I believe, finished up on Saberlight just after all that kicks off too. So now he does a fair amount of damage also in the fights. The physical damage is definitely there from Shopify. Quinn. They put a ward down. They'll see Crit. They're jumping him.
Yeah, they're going quickly for the Earth Spirit, but
oh, the bear!
The bear. And they certainly can.
So resummon. Mikey finds himself a very nice grab. The Timeless Relic now picked up on the Batrider.
Yeah,
He's got his refresher queued up.
Yeah, that's Arteezy as well. Wants to get his next time done before they go for the push again. And what's he going to opt for here? He is going for
MKB.
The MKB, so changing it up.
So the Radiance is bothering him a little bit.
All right. So, I mean, again, you know, we've already seen how much damage this bear can do. Now, these sort of fights, Dyrachyo's got to be very careful. If he blinks in anywhere close to that lone druid and the bear, and he doesn't have backup, he's going to be in trouble.
Dyrachyo blinks in.
BKB's there, as well as the Lancer. Arteezy's around. If he gets some bashes or roots, it could be problematic for Dyrachyo, but Manta was available. Able to dispel and blink away.
They're going to go in again.
He wants to go back straight away. Look at this from Dyrachyo. He's going immediately over for Arteezy with the illusions.
The whole team is coming over.
Arteezy's got to get out of it somehow.
That's the resummoned bear.
They're able to do anything to save it. Tombstone's going to get dropped down. They've got the Greaves as well. Dyrachyo still going in. They'll turn
very
it into
aggressive.
Crit's going to be able to roll across. The Static Storm's going to get laid down. Quinn commits it with the BKB. Takes down Mikey. Now look towards Crit now, but they're out with the Glimmer Cape. Crit still surviving. He's able to get Zoe out, but indeed the bear's gone. Save to be said here for Arteezy. As that's the Aegis out, they'll get the drag back onto Fly. Gaming Gladiators, they bring the numbers. And with that Shopify Rebellion, it's once again going to be a team fight where pretty much all of them are going to get taken down. Fly trying to find some sort of safety hidden in the trees, but the creeps have got vision on him. Celery, he's going to do his best to chase him down, scout him out as well with the courier. Dyrachyo straight in on top of him. They'll get the glimpse back. It will slowly but surely be a team wipe here for Gaming Gladiators.
And now they get the push going themselves finally. 60 seconds, no lone druid. They might be able to get 2 sets themselves.
Yeah, and this time round, you know, great stuff from Dyrachyo, just sort of baiting out that whole fight.
Yep.
Just kind of tickling and teasing with Arteezy, buying time for the backup to come in. And at that point, a 5-on-5, as we say, is never going to be easy for Shopify.
So much time for them to get this push going now too. Just some really good identification from Gaimin in that last fight. Just they're like, it's a resummoned bear. They're focusing the bear. It gets healed up from Greaves and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter. As now, still 20 seconds until the lone druid, who's absolutely everything for the side of Shopify.
Yeah, it's going to be at least one set of racks here.
And like everybody's now going to have all the important heroes on the side of Gaimin will have buyback too.
And I guess that's the thing as well. Arteezy had everything apart from the Demon Edge, so it didn't quite have the full MKB. You know, still was left short a bit of gold on that. Quite a bit of gold short.
It's definitely making a difference. Like this, the mischance, you know, Dyrachyo maybe surviving because he doesn't get bashed or booted a couple times.
He is hard to kill, you know, with his full AC on top of it all.
Now Quinn, Arcane Rune. I feel like Saberlight's been doomed every single team, almost every single team fight too, except for the one up top too. They're just putting so much priority onto this Visage that he can't really commit and do much inside the fights.
I go with a refresher now on Bat. That's Dyrachyo, his items flying in. Next one done, full Abyssal Blade on the Anti-Mage.
Okay, but he does use all his gold.
Dire are scared.
They have a lot of ways to protect him though. I mean, Tofu has just played, it's literally like saving Private Dyrachyo. He's got a Wraith Pact now as well too on top of his Lotus, plus his Pipe that's just been pumped up onto this Anti-Mage most of the times. This Wraith Pact is going to make a big difference to reduce the damage of that lone druid in particular too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just don't really have the heroes that can easily go for, you know, just quickly take down this Wraith Pact, right?
Yeah, no, definitely not. And now they're in a position where they don't really have buybacks too, so they're inside the base and they have to be careful who shows. Even the bear showing could just get killed almost instantly. It's a pretty wild game though. Even though it's been, I mean, it does feel like game in most of these team fights have gone. Like Shopify, they're definitely battling back, even though they're at this deficit, versus the greedy draft that has gotten to its timing.
It's just a very difficult game overall for them now.
Yep. Just auras on auras on auras. Shivas, Crimson Guard, Pipe, Wraith Pact, Lotus Orbs, Drums. Like, really is so many different things. I mean, both sides have a lot, but Gaming definitely has a little bit more of an edge on those auras. Even now Dyrachyo even buys the one that nobody buys. He buys the Shard on Anti-Mage.
All right, yeah. Every little bit helps.
Every little bit.
Magic resistance.
Dyrachyo leading the charge. Will he find anybody? Crit is able to sneak himself away. MKB is now done. I mean, the damage from Arteezy still is absolutely ridiculous. If they're able to get that focus fire, they're going to go for something.
They have to do this. They cannot sit back and wait for Gaming Gladiators. They've got to try and catch them by surprise. Dyrachyo, if they can find him,
Great.
They're going to try and go for the rest of the team. They're in straight away. The lasso's there. Onto the Doom. They want to take down Ace before he gets a Doom off this time round in the team fight. Now managed to do so. They bring him out. They can turn for more. Dyrachyo's already been able to dispose of Saberlight. A buyback comes in immediately. They can't quite get on top of Arteezy and the Bear, though, this time. Arteezy standing strong. Crit in the river will be able to roll and catch out Celery, the second support there on the attempted escape. As Shopify, they've found 3, and they can start getting the push going down the mid lane. 2 members of Gaming Gladiators now out for a full minute without buyback.
Good. Mikey, he doesn't care. He's like, this Doom is making us have we're -1 hero every single team fight.
Yeah, you got to go straight for Ace.
He just deletes him.
If you don't lasso Ace, Ace is going to be able to shut someone out of the fight, as he has for pretty much the past few of them.
And now they can easily get a Rax here. Quinn having to cut the wave.
And we'll manage to.
Oh, doesn't have TP, though. They still can probably push right through this. They don't care about backdoor.
That's true. They do that most damage here. I mean, they actually do not care at all.
No.
They do not care at all. Backdoor.
Do pop a glyph.
Yeah. But as soon as that's off, they can get the Bear back in. Arteezy. In with the push. Quinn. Playing a little bit low on mana here. We'll get caught by silence.
He has BKB. They really want to protect the Rax.
But they just can't.
They cannot.
It's too much push. They'll get the Bear, but the damage has been done. Second set of Rax taken by Shopify Rebellion here.
All about the Bear. Pump it up. You see the solo crest, of course, from earlier from Crit, constantly being thrown onto it, too. Still definitely a possibility, and it's a fast Roche respawn, 20 seconds.
I don't know if they'll be able to sneak it, though. I mean, Gaming Gladiators are back up.
They have vision also.
They'll check this area.
Yeah, they're going to play around that Roche, because they have to be there immediately, otherwise it dies in seconds.
But they can, they can definitely bring the fight to Shopify. Shopify try and go for this Roche.
Now they're starting to get the auras. Now Wraith Pact for Saberlight, so he's starting to have a bit more answers, perhaps, for this anti-mage. I believe a BKB also on Crit, so he's got his own protection to be able to commit in fights. Roche, it's going to be scouted. It's the big one, of course, too, with that Refresher and Aghanims.
I mean, can they force it themselves? I mean, obviously they don't do it anywhere near as quickly as Shopify.
Might be scared to go for it just because of the way that then it just gives Shopify perhaps an opportunity to get the jump on them.
It's quite a difficult call to make if for Gaming Gladiators. I mean, Quinn, start with a few pokes at Roshan, but yeah, as a team, they don't want to start hitting it at least until they've taken a fight, taken some kills.
Arteezy's also committed his gold, so he has the BKB on the Bear. He pops it up by accident.
Oh,
whoopsie.
I mean, it has to be. It has to be off to the side here. Quinn's taken down Fly. Gaming Gladiators, this is the time to go. They've seen that that's been used. They're going to go straight for the Bear. They're going to get the Vortex track back. Saberlight drops down the Familiars, trying to hold back both Quinn and Dyrachyo. Catches 2 of them with the stun. They get the Fear push back onto the Anti-Mage. Ace is gone. The Silence catches Quinn. The Bash as well. Quinn, he's in trouble. The Silence comes in again, I believe, for Crit. As they lock down Quinn, Quinn has to buy back.
Dyrachyo?
He's able to put the cheese as well, Crit. Dyrachyo's not able to take down this Earth Spirit. Crit's back up to full
Mikey's got him.
Mikey commits it with the BKB and the lasso to lock Dyrachyo down. Dyrachyo's gone. He'll buy back straight away. But there's no Ace now for a full minute. Shopify Rebellion now push on over towards Tofu.
Oh my, I mean, Mikey's just getting the dream grabs every single one of these fights. Takes out the Doom, gets the Anti-Mage too. Doom, no buyback, and it is the Roche with the DD outside.
And now they'll quickly take this one. Shopify Rebellion into the pit they go. You know, hey, at the end of the day, who needs the BKB on the Bear?
It was a bait. That's what he'll say.
Here we go, into the pit. Another Roshan.
Holy moly.
The Shopify Rebellion. This is not Fire Rebellion, but they're absolutely doing it. They're staying in.
And now they have even more Bears, too. He's got a Refresher shard on this Lone Druid, too. So even if they take out 1, 2, he's got a 3rd. Holy moly. This is crazy. I mean, Ace, he's got to be more careful with his positioning. They keep getting on this Doom.
These last few times, yeah.
This is remarkable stuff right now as they get the push going. The DD Bear is going to delete this tower in seconds. And there's no glyph also for the next net.
As we saw before, they do not care about backdoor protection with how strong this Bear is right now. Got the Hex. Trying to slow down this Bear in any form, shape or fashion that they can right now.
Resummons once. As we said, he's got Refresher shard, so we'll have another Bear.
10 seconds in Gaming Gladiators, we'll have the full squad back up. See how much Shopify Rebellion feel that they can get away with pushing it here. Another Hex onto the bear. Quinn trying his best to slow down this push.
10 seconds on Lasso. The bear gets pulled away.
And they're able to keep it safe. And now, back onto the push they're going. Mikey's in! He's going to go for the quick jump onto the Disruptor. Dratio jumps over in response, lays down the Abyssal Blade onto Mikey, but Mikey's still able to get outside of the base. Quinn commits him with the BKB, attempted to chase down the Battle Rider. They get the glimpse back, they take Mikey down. They'll turn towards Crit. As Gaming Gladiators, they'll start to put a stop to the push.
They're on Arteezy.
Close the gap onto the Lone Druid. Arteezy, he's going to be going down. There wants to be a buyback from Crit. They'll buyback from Mikey. They've got to keep Arteezy safe. As they're teeping over to the outpost, they're still going to take a bit of time to get over towards Arteezy. Arteezy able to get the ult off.
Scary moments, they got to back away.
Yeah, very low on mana here, so of course no chance at the moment for kind of the Refresher Shard into the resummon of the bear.
Oh my god.
Getting his mana buffed up right now.
These fights are so tense. They were quick to protect each other that time, Gaming. They saw Mikey go in. They immediately just doom him. It wasn't Ace who got grabbed this time around.
Yeah, and they get out at the right time there, Gaming. They see the buybacks coming in for Shopify. They don't want to try and push their luck. They'll happily reset and play on with the fact that the next time round, Shopify won't have those buybacks to rely on.
They did spend their gold, though, so buybacks, how much is it looking? Still 5 minutes on Quinn. Duracho also 5 minutes.
Still a decent bit of a window.
Doom is in 40 seconds. Lasso also in 40, but he still has the refresher on this bat. And that was, I believe, the Boots of Travel also pushed for Mikey so he could try to join back into the fight. They're going out. They're making the smoke move. They're trying to punish these buybacks being used. Ace has a buyback, so does the Rubik and Disruptor. So 3 buybacks on the side of Gaming with not with the outpost actually down bottom.
Oh, it's easy. He does naturally have to summon back up, so didn't have to use the Refresher Shard. He wants to try and buy up for the full Abyssal Blade as well, by the looks of it.
Both teams have reads on the map pretty nicely here. They both scan right on top of each other. Duracho. The top lane is going to start shoving in. Gaming have to be pretty decisive with their move here. Ace constantly inside the ninja gear. He does not want to be the one who gets jumped.
Quinn. He's also got to be careful how he commits in. I mean, last few times, very important that he pretty much uses his Hex on the bear alone, honestly. The Hex causing issues for the Lone Druid.
Yeah, they'll back up. They're like, we can't just let this top push in constantly, so they will be able to address that. Duracho has also now committed for his own BKB to try to protect himself. And it's also, I didn't really notice that one in the last fight also. Tofu does have a lasso stolen. This could be massive. He's able to get this type of grab since he has crazy cast range. Mikey, though, does have double lasso backup, and he's got a haste rune. This could allow him to get that big pull off and pull someone out of the base.
I mean, who are you looking for as Mikey? Going for the big cause, or again, you're just trying to get the jump on Ace?
Probably on Ace, but Ace does have buyback this time around, and he might be aware of that.
Absolutely got to factor in the buybacks at this stage, especially when you're poking at the high ground.
So he might actually look for Duracho if they do know, they know the timing. His cooldown is still going to be down. So Duracho might have to be the one who's careful with his positioning.
And do you think they can still kind of kill Duracho off during the duration of kind of the lasso and a follow-up connection of some sort of lockdown?
Oh, I mean, they have such overwhelming physical damage. Oh, yeah. Oh, those buybacks looking. So Saberlight now has his available. 2 minutes on the Storm and the Anti-Mage. Yeah. Arteezy, he's been just committing his gold.
Oh,
he knows he needs
25
everything.
now on Lone Druid. Does this end up feeling like a pretty significant increase in the amount of damage with the base attack time getting toned down?
Definitely.
You feel it, yeah?
Oh, yeah. It's a huge talent, really, for the bear. And now Octarine for Mikey, since he spent his gold. His damage is also like pretty crazy in these fights. It's tough to really keep track of because there's like all these BKBs and stuff like that. But if he's able to get multiple sets of flame breaks off and stuff like that, since he's hit 25, his damage is also pretty nuts. Thing for Shopify also, even though they don't have the bottom racks at the moment and it is being shoved in, they have ways to be able to push out these lanes a lot easier than the side of Gaming Gladiators. They can just send familiars, they can send the bear and stuff like that. Very tense moments here.
That very much feels like a game that will come quickly to an end after the next explosive fight, and could be either way. Really could. 32 to 38, just a 1k gold difference. 52 minutes in. Both teams absolutely giving it their all here.
I think the graph tells a beautiful tale of this game, really. It's just been up and down all over the place, back to almost dead even here. And look at Arteezy. He's already sending the bear in bottom, so this is something that Gaming Gladiators is going to have to address because the bear might just be able to mega creep them.
Someone's got to address it. And already TP's starting to come over.
Okay.
In preparation for the fact that Arteezy might send the bear down the lane.
Gaming trying to be patient for their buybacks. 1 minute left for the two big ones, while on the other side, Mikey still 3 minutes. Same thing for Crit. Could be a moment where Shopify is going to try to strike.
I mean, the bear, it's going to force out the fortification.
Sending it in as deep as possible.
Tease around with him a bit. We'll die. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Maybe not, actually. It's a four-man fair. All right, Ace is there indeed to catch him.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a short cooldown.
He's got the 25 talent, minus 50 seconds on the mana boy, so he can throw it out like that, especially when he's securing 300 gold.
Yeah, he needs the gold, right? He's now 30 seconds till buyback, but 300 gold short. Quinn's is going to be up in 10 seconds. He's got the gold. Starting to come back up here for Gaming Gladiators. They're starting to poke out. Dyrachyo, though, does not have buyback.
He's going to check things out with the illusion. They will find off to the side the bear.
They're not letting him go for the rest.
Nah, he was trying to sneak it past them.
He uses the refresher shard, so he's going to have this bear, but it's just one bear.
Maybe it's a surprise bear, though. Let's see if they factor it in as already.
Mikey
The buybacks have to come out. They get the fear as well onto Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo puts the BKB. He's going to jump back in. He wants to try and get in on top of them, but he can't quite find his target. Ace getting focused down by Arteezy. They're brought back for this fight here, Gaming Gladiators. Arteezy's out of mana, and Dyrachyo's back in on top of the lone druid. But the backup's here. They're standing their ground against Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo turns towards Fly, but he's out of mana. He's caught by the stun. Dyrachyo, he's going to get taken down.
He's got buyback.
He's out for 2 minutes. Buyback straight away. Quinn, he's in towards Crit. He's got the triple. Now towards Saberlight. Saberlight also running out of options. Gaming Gladiators, they will come out on top of the fight, but it did cost them 3 buybacks. And the 2 big ones as well, they're being both Quinn and Dyrachyo.
Arteezy, though, has no bear. Even when he buys back, he's gotten 15
he hasn't
gold.
got the gold.
He does not. Well, he's going to have it, but he has no bear.
Okay, he does.
Even when he
you're
comes up. It's 60 seconds, no bear. And this Mikey deleted 2 heroes. Did you see the start of that fight? He just Ags Lasso 2, and he did 8,000 damage instantly. The power of this Bat Rider toward the late game. He's actually the one who did pretty much all the damage on the side of Shopify.
I mean, could Gaming Gladiators force out some of these buybacks? They've already got Arteezy's coming out.
Definitely feels like they kind of have to. They waited for that moment for their buybacks to come up. That's why they went so aggressively into that fight. I mean, Mikey literally killed 2 heroes instantly with his double lasso play with his Ags. Push now, though. As we said, no bear, 30 seconds. Arteezy has to sit inside the base. They might just, they might lose at least 2
let the mid-racks go.
They might even lose the 3rd, because Crit does have no buyback. Bear in 15 seconds. How hard does Gaming want to push it? They're going to keep going.
Yeah, they don't want to back. Oh, we'll see if they respect this buyback.
Mikey gets the double grab.
He does. And they have an extra buyback coming in again. Mikey, extra bit of control, not enough though. Dyrachyo, he's able to get his BKB off and will manage to escape. But as it is, Shopify, they'll keep that top set of racks alive. They do end up having to use their buybacks themselves.
These initiations are huge, though. I mean, Mikey, he literally can almost kill anybody whenever he gets these type of double lasso plays, and he's going to have refresher back up in 3 seconds. If he double lassos, if he gets it on the right course, they're just gone.
We saw that with the 1 lasso, pretty much gave time for kind of half the HP of Dyrachyo to just get torn through. So a couple would do it.
Ace hits 25. He's got the Doom applies break. Saberlight scouting with his birds. He sees Quinn.
I mean, they're just going to start shoving down the lanes here.
But look at Dyrachyo. Oh, man, he has to be so careful in these next few moments.
The buyback statuses for both sides, very scary right now.
This has to be one of the better games I've seen in so long. This is an amazing game to really watch. The Bat Rider's doing the most damage in the game, it feels like. 13, 9, and 14 on Mikey. And yeah, Lasso's back up, Refresher's back up.
Roshan's back up.
Oh, boy.
I think you can just go for the Roche first, right, with how quickly you can do it as Shopify.
They killed in just a few seconds here with the triple familiars.
Who's looking for this next grab?
I guess you give it a crit, and he got some like crazy potential saves or something like that with the Ags. They'll probably give the refresher shard.
Oh, Quinn! He's going to try for the steal!
But Quinn, be careful!
But it's already been picked up. Did Quinn manage to grab anything there? I don't think he did. I think Shopify Rebellion were able to take it all, and now the fight continues with Tofu taken out. They get the dude drop down onto Mikey. as Mikey's out, but he does still have his buyback. And he'll go in straight away with it to rejoin the team as they get the silence through. The bash onto Quinn. Quinn's out without buyback. The lasso's there from Mikey as they take down Ace. Ace will buy back, but it's 2 dead on Gaming Gladiators without buyback. Shopify, they'll run it straight down the mid.
I think they've done it. Duracho as well might get caught here. Crit. He's on top of him.
The buybacks have to come out for Gaming Gladiators, at least the ones that they do have available.
They're still on Duracho.
They've got to try and break him out of this combo somehow, but the bashes are there. Duracho goes down. No buyback for him. Ace out for a second time. GG is called. Shopify Rebellion will take this game too.
Oh my! Mikey did. Look at the damage. We can't even bring up the fight recap, but he did 11.